Hey everybody, it's me, just making another video today. This is gonna be my WrestleMania series number 8, which is gonna be the worst Undertaker matches. But before I get to that, I like to check this video, check this DVD. I like to recommend the DVD. Check this DVD out. I know some of you guys might have this, but for some of you who don't, check it out. Very good DVD. Been watching this DVD for like 6, 7, 8 days, and this has been a really good DVD. If you can't see it, it's right here. This is the history of the Intercontinental Championship. It's got a lot of good matches on here, from the early stages of the Intercontinental title to matches involving the Ricky Steamboat and Randy Savage, to Tito Santana and Randy Savage, to Triple H and Jeff Hardy, and it's got plenty of other good matches. Very good DVD, and I recommend, if you haven't bought that DVD, buy it. Very good DVD. Anyhow, today this video is going to be me talking about this is going to be my WrestleMania series number 8. It's going to be yesterday I talked about the best Undertaker matches, and today this is going to be me talking about the worst Undertaker matches at WrestleMania. So let's get started with this video. The match I got on here, starting with the match I got on this list, is the Undertaker versus King Kong Bundy. Very boring matchup, slow, was hard to get into, and I really don't have much to say about this matchup. This match was just terrible, and they really could have found a better opponent for the Undertaker to face at WrestleMania 11 than King Kong Bundy, because King Kong Bundy really wasn't the same King Kong Bundy from WrestleMania 1 and 2. I mean, he wasn't really the same King Kong Bundy, and overall this was just not a fun matchup, and there was some botched spots by King Kong Bundy, and there was some rest holds, and then there was everything else, but overall I just couldn't get into this matchup, and that's why I got it on this list, because this just had to be one of the worst Undertaker matches ever. The next match I got on this list is Undertaker versus Psycho Sid. Don't really have much to say about this because I already put this on my worst WWE title matches, so let's move on to the next list. The next match on this list is the Undertaker versus Jake Roberts. A horrible matchup. I mean, it started good, but to me it was just hard to get into this matchup. There was a lot of stalling by Jake the Snake Roberts. There was only a couple moves done in this matchup, and the fact that this matchup was just too short, and if this matchup would have extended a little bit longer, could have been a really good two to three star match at best. But instead we got a short matchup. But in the end, the Undertaker won, and he sent Jake Roberts to WCW, where Jake Roberts would have a short stint in WCW, and then he wound up working the independent show. But this really was not a good matchup at all, but it did do one thing, and that was establish the Undertaker as a dominant force. But still, the WWE could have made this match a little bit longer, and they could have done more than just stalling from what they were doing in this matchup. Next match I got on here is WrestleMania 19, which was the Undertaker versus Big Show and A-Train. Oh man, what a terrible matchup. A lot of botched spots. Whenever A-Train and Big Show got any offense in this, it was slow, was boring, a lot of rest holds. But the Undertaker did do his part of trying to keep this from dragging a little bit down, but in my opinion, the damage was already done. This was just a terrible matchup, and just think if Nathan Jones was added into this matchup as the Undertaker's tag team partner, which it was supposed to be, this match would have dragged down even more, and it would have been even worse than it already was. But yeah, I got this match on here because this was just a terrible matchup, and if you watch WrestleMania 19 and you get to this matchup, skip it because it's really boring, and there's like no good parts in this matchup at all. And there's some botched spots in this matchup as well. The next matchup I got on here is the Undertaker versus Kane from WrestleMania 2020. Now, most people were thinking when they saw this matchup that these two would relive their moments that they had, the match that they had at WrestleMania 14, but that wasn't the case, as this match was slow, it was boring. They didn't stick to the formula that they were doing in WrestleMania 14, and by this time, Kane was really he was really a joke by this point, because he was really just a jobber by this point, and really everyone knew Kane wasn't going to beat The Undertaker. But overall, just not a good matchup. The only thing this match did was just establish that The Undertaker was back in the WWE. That's all it did. And really, there was nothing in this matchup that was memorable, that made you jump out of your seat and say, hey, this is a really good Undertaker matchup. And just very disappointing matchup, as I expected a lot more better from this matchup. But instead, we got a boring, slow-paced matchup that just didn't live up to the hype. The next match I got on here is the Undertaker Big Boss Man matchup at WrestleMania 15, Hell in a Cell. What can I say that hasn't already been said about this matchup? This match was atrocious. Probably one of the worst Hell in a Cell matches ever. I mean, just some boring offense by the Big Boss Man, boring offense by the Undertaker. They really didn't use the cell that much in this matchup. Just a regular boring matchup. So my point is, why would you add a Hell in a Cell into this matchup, and if you're not going to use the Hell in a Cell? And then the ending was just terrible, with them hanging Boss Man and then lifting him up in the air, and you could clearly see that it was one of those things that it wasn't clearly a rope, it was something else. Just an awful matchup. Just stay clear from this matchup if you watch WrestleMania 15. Then finally, the next matchup I got on here, the final match I got up on here, is The Undertaker versus Giant Gonzalez. Terrible, boring matchup between The Undertaker and Giant Gonzalez. I mean, Giant Gonzalez, when he controlled this, oh man, he just had a lot of boring offense. He was just a terrible wrestler, and this match pretty much showed it. And I just don't know why WWE pushed him, because he was just an awful wrestler with no skills at all in the ring, and this match just proved it right here. The Undertaker did his best in this matchup to make it watchable, but he couldn't do it, as Giant Gonzalez just no sold some of the Undertaker's offense. And the clothesline that the Undertaker tried to do to Giant Gonzalez, he had to push him, because Giant Gonzalez didn't know that he was supposed to go down after the clothesline, and Undertaker had to do it himself. Just an awful matchup. And then the ending was awful as well, as it ended it into a a DQ, after John Gonzalez put the chlorophene or whatever that is in the Undertaker's face. Undertaker passed out. That was the DQ, and then after that they carted Undertaker off, and then Undertaker just woke up as if he was normal, and then just went out and try to attack Giant Gonzalez. Terrible ending to a terrible matchup, and that's why I got it on here as the #1 worst Undertaker matchup on here, on this list of bad Undertaker matches at WrestleMania. And yeah, that's pretty much it. Anyhow, that's my video. Hope you like my video. You can rate, you can comment, you can give me a video response. For some of you who haven't seen my videos and are watching right now, and feel free to subscribe, because I got a lot of good videos on the way. And for some of you who have subscribed, look out for more good videos from me, and a lot of good stuff from me. And yeah, that's it. Until then, thank you for watching my video, and I'm probably gonna take another break for 2 more days, and I'll be back with another video on Monday or Tuesday, because I want to kind of get a break. But yeah, that's me, and yeah, this will be my last video, well, for now, until Monday or Tuesday. And for some of you who still play Xbox Live, look out for me on Xbox Live most of the time. I might be on there today playing SmackDown vs. Raw 2009, or I might be playing Street Fighter 4. So just look out, like I said in that one video, for that username. Just look out for that. Or you can add me if you want to, or whatever. and we can have a good matchup. Anyhow, that's just giving you my WrestleMania Series number 8 video, the worst Undertaker matches. Rate, comment, I'm out. Peace.